Thank you for listening to Scandinavian Crimes Podcast. Be sure to check out the episode links and be part of our other social media platforms where you can leave a topic suggestion or even share some of your insights regarding the subject matter of the episode. We will always do our best to provide a well-researched episode, but sometimes due to limited access to information and translation issues, some information can be lost. It is therefore good to do your own research and get a deeper understanding of a case of your own interest. So with that all said, let us start today's episode.
So welcome to another episode of Scandinavian Crimes. My name is Devante, and say hello to my lovely co-host, Delila.
Hi.
And on this podcast, we talk about famous Scandinavian criminals who made their mark throughout Scandinavian history. So today is not going to be an episode of, or a case, I would say, or an incident, because today is the last episode of season 1. So yay, yay, clap hands, round of applause. I'm gonna throw some artificial claps in there just to hype us up a little bit. But so this episode is not gonna be at least it's not gonna be long. It's not gonna be as long as even the regular episodes, but just a little chat, kind of reflect on the first season, how we want to improve, how we want to be better, and just reflect. And just give little pieces of advice based on the cases we covered in the first season. And just to let y'all know that the second season will be out September, around 26th, 28th, one of those dates. But you will know for sure. We will let you know beforehand.
It's still on Mondays, so yeah.
Yeah, it'll still be on the same days. So we're going to hash that out, because every year the days move over one. You already know how that goes. But anyways.
Yeah.
So, just Delila, so how do you feel about the first season in terms of how we did as podcasting hosts? Do you feel like we did a good job? Do you feel like we learned? Do you feel like we grew? Give me a little bit of your insight.
I feel, well, first of all, I'm very happy that we have been able to do this because to me, I feel like you're very professional always, and this is my first time ever doing anything like this, so I feel like I have improved a lot since the first episode. For example, I have a better mic now, and I'm able to speak a little bit more with comfort, and I'm a little bit more secure, I guess. So I feel like, it's better, but I want to be better, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
always strive for improvement.
If you want to know, compare the sound with the first episode and how I was back then. You can hear the difference. So
we both got new mics.
You were still a lot better than mine because you have really. Yes, it is. Because come on, stop. No, because you're just being modest. Compare my the thing is, my mic is not really that bad. It's not really super good either. But compared to yours, it was just comparing hell and heaven. It was just so.
And first of all, you're exaggerating.
No, I am not exaggerating. Okay, you guys. Okay, you know what? I will let the audience decide. Okay, go back to the first episode, or you could just take some parts of the first episode and add it here, so we can see.
Well, you can be both, honestly, because usually, me personally, I don't think that. Just because you're a victim doesn't justify the crime you have.
It's not that deep.
It is deep. For me, it's deep.
No, it's not.
Because I feel like I was just like, wow, this sounds horrible. And you're like, it's gonna be fine. I'm like, yeah, but if I was listening to this first episode, I would be like, okay, this is not for me. Because sounds really matter, and it also makes it comfortable.
Well, I know sounds
everything.
matter, but also. This is the first episode of the podcast.
I just felt like I gave trash to the audience. That is how I felt. That's why I got a new mic, because I didn't want to do that anymore.
Well, that's what happens over the course of time when you start a podcast. You start off a little bit shaky, but then as you learn, as you get better, as you understand better, and even when it comes to sound quality, it'll get better. It gets better over time. So
I mean that's true.
I think
That's
most
why I'm also
people
happy
understand that.
we were able to like have the, like be better, you know, with that part, because I feel like that's very important with podcasts in general, to have like a good sound. And your voice is just incredible podcasting voice. I'm glad we did this. Like
I'm so done.
it is true though. Like I'm honest here. Like you have a good podcast voice. I don't think my voice is that
nice for the podcast. You always say, "Oh my god, I like your voice."
It is
your
true though.
So nice.
Like I feel like you know, I can't sleep with this and just listen to this podcast right now. And then I come along, be like, "Hi, hello."
I'm so done.
Either way,
hi, my name is Delila.
Hi, my name is Delila. I'm sorry. Another thing that we also have changed a little bit is like in the early episodes, it was mostly you just doing the script and reading it and doing the research, and I was like a first-time listener with the audience, and I was just like shooked about whatever was coming up. I mean, I was though. I was like, what? You know, that's why, you know, for example, the Benahia one. Also, like most of the early episodes was very like, oh, you know, but also what I didn't like about that was I didn't feel like I could make a really good discussion. I didn't feel like we did any good discussions because of me not really researching about what was going on. I guess it has its pros and cons, but now that we both really like do the research and stuff, I feel like I can make better discussions. So I'm glad that is something that, you know, improved as well. But then I don't have the honest reactions that I did before. Huh?
Yeah. I was just saying the same thing, like the emotional responses you have. He was like, I knew it.
I knew it. It was not like, you know, yeah. I mean, it has its downsides because my emotions and reactions, like I feel them, but not really on record, because I feel them when I research. I'm like, oh no, I don't like this. Ooh, you know, I feel them then, and then when we do the recording and everything, I'm like not numbed out, but I'm like I'm prepared, you know.
Yeah, I'm completely numb, but that has nothing to do with the research.
Yeah, I'm completely.
That's just I'm just from America, so you know.
Oh gosh.
Most of these things are not shocking to me.
That's not good though, you know.
That's not my fault. Blame the country.
Okay.
I'm just a man raised in a system that was broken.
True.
I'm just one man, alone, betrayed by the country he loves. Some people might understand that reference. You know, if you don't, you know, but if you do, if you know, you know. But
I have a question for you.
One man.
Okay, sorry. You wanted to do it again. Do it again. I'm not
no, that was the point. It was like when you started talking, I had to interrupt you.
Oh, okay, that was the point.
It's like one man alone.
Okay, I was like, what? My question was like, what do you feel? Do you feel like you know, had any progress or anything you want to, you know?
Nah,
change?
I was absolutely perfect from beginning to now. And I'm joking.
Okay,
at least when it came.
I mean, that could be valid too. I didn't think you were not perfect. I actually felt like you were really professional throughout the whole time.
I think for me, it's more or less just putting information in a way that's a little bit, well, like I said, story based, because a lot of it is like cold facts. So I'm trying to present it in a way that's both factual, but also still has a compelling component to it, so people can listen to it and understand. Because, you know, I'm a little, not like nerdy, but, you know, when it comes to law and stuff, I'm very intrigued. Especially the criminal justice system. You know, it's very interesting to see how things are different compared to like in the US, and just how different countries function when it comes to the criminal justice system. And I want to be able to communicate that in a way, because I know not everyone's going to have the same interests as I do, where they can sit down and, you not only read case files, but look at, stats, statistics, and be like, this is useful information, because it's not the most thrilling, but, I think the information is interesting for sure, because, if we can compare information between countries, then we can figure out what works and what doesn't. And I feel like if I can communicate that in a way that people can understand or receive it very well, then we can probably together form a conclusion that, this works or this doesn't work, or this was okay or this wasn't okay. It'll just be easier to get everybody on the same page and kind of get a consensus of how we feel about the situation. So I guess that was my journey throughout the whole thing. It's just trying to present information in a compelling way for the audience. And I think I've gotten better as time went along. I think the discussions too in general was just like a little bit better as we got, especially towards like the middle of it. Like, I know you got more comfortable, but also just some of the questions we were asking, and just not being afraid, I guess, to ask certain questions, because it was very important. Because I know initially when we went into this podcast, we was like, all right, yeah, we don't want to be super political, anything like that. But the reality of the situation, and a lot of cases and even situations in the world, there's always, to some level, in a lot of cases, like just a political component. Some obviously are way bigger than others, but then you have some that are just, they're small, and the political component can be anything from like, a child welfare system failing, all the way up until the last case we did, where it was completely, racially and religiously motivated, all based off of the hysteria from 9/11. So there's a spectrum of.
However, sorry, I interrupted you, but I just assumed it was because it timed so well with the 9/11. But I'm
pretty sure it was.
I think it triggered a lot of things, which I don't think is okay. But yeah.
No, like I said, I agree. I truly think, like, this is also my opinion. It's a theory of mine that
it was, because it timed
this
so
is
well.
opinion, so don't take this as a fact. But I truly believe that was like literally the driving force behind what he did, especially the way that he created the bombs that was supposed to be from like the Boston bombing situation.
I think it was Colorado. Wait, I can't remember, but it was based on It was based on a bombing incident that happened over here, and it was basically very similar chemical components with I think the fertilizer and something else. So I know for a fact that, not for a fact, but just figure of speech. I know that he was motivated by 9/11, because there were a lot of people over here that were motivated by 9/11. They targeted a lot of Muslims, and it was just blamed them for everything.
Everything, outright blame them for everything, things that had nothing to do with it. And so that's why I say, like, cases can be political. They can be. And
there was not an initial thing to do, though, but some cases ended up becoming that. We try to be also as neutral and well, at least I tried to, but I failed a couple of times, as you already know.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Like, I tried to, because I do like to, in order to have a good discussion, I think it's good to have point of views from many different perspectives. But sometimes when I have my feels, I'd be like, my feelings take over. I know that. You have to
embrace it, though. You have to embrace it. Accept it.
I know. But I try to at least be. It's something I want to improve as well. I want to be as neutral as possible, have a different point of views, and it doesn't necessarily mean, so you guys also know, that it's like, oh, what you think you on the side of the terrorist or something. No, it's because, like, it's making it more interesting to have different point of views when you listen in a discussion.
So, and also too, people don't know that people just see terrorism from one side, the terror part. But people don't see that there is so many things behind the scenes that you don't know about that led up to the moment of, you know, what happened. So that's why I say, like, it's not so much that we're taking sides. We're trying to come at things from a different perspective, so that way you can understand, like, hey, you know, this is, yes, what they did was bad, but also here's what led up to that bad event. Here
or what
are
could
the
be the
events.
reason for why
Exactly,
it became
the motivations.
like that, you know?
Yeah. And so we want y'all to consider, like, this is for anything, whether you're in college, whether you're an adult, you know, you're living your life with a full family, kids and all that. Always consider everything in life from more than one perspective, because,
but you know, some cases are also very, like, you know, we have the fact and this is this, you know, like Juka, for example, that was just like plain old,
yeah, she was
like,
just out of control.
Yeah, and we were like, okay, there's nothing we can say that, like, there's literally
but
no
we did
point.
say, remember, we did in the episode say, I'm sorry to cut you off, but we did say there was a component having to do with her childhood as well.
Yeah, that's
there
true.
There was a childhood component.
That's true. And we did acknowledge that, but it's still like, yeah, this is it. You know, there's like nothing to discuss because it was just like so brutal, you know? But the point of us doing this is for educational purposes. So we do like to discuss and have as many different point of views and everything to just, you know, get an overall understanding of the situation as much as we can give you. So yeah, that's about it. Sorry, I'm still a little sick. Okay, sorry. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, so you know, we didn't want this like part of the discussion to be like super long, but we just wanted to communicate with you guys like what, you know, our goals were. Not only the goals, but also,
and how it
you know,
changed.
The things, and how we changed and how we evolved and how we expect to keep changing for season 2. And one of the things that I've noticed that you guys tend to like as well is when you suggest things and, you know, we do those episodes. So we definitely want more of that, which is why we've been driving home like, hey, go check out our social media so that we can send us messages about what you want us to cover and what cases you find interesting. Because also something else that I really want to get my point across about in terms of the process of how we find cases is that, you know, it's difficult to find cases in different countries because you may or may not know, you know, depends on the person, that countries tend to keep information from each other. So even though technically it is available online, someone would have to actively send us more details in order for us to access it. I can't Google very in-depth
like
details.
For you, it's
about,
harder for you to find things. Like I've been able to find a lot of like cases that is very unknown, and that's because I live in Sweden. But like I only have certain cases from Norway, Denmark, Iceland, and Finland. So it's like I only have the famous ones, but like random small ones, I have to go to like different, like follow different people, TikTok and stuff, so that I can get some type of information somewhere. But it would, like, if you guys have something like, oh, I would love to hear this case, then just send it to us and we will try to find as much as we can. We have had a couple of people who have sent us links and like a lot of things, and it's like, oh my god, thank you, because if I search that, I wouldn't get that, you know. Or even it's worse for you, like you wouldn't be able to
it's like
find
a brick
anything.
wall over here. Like I literally need like specific details for it to tag, and even then the information is limited and you have to go scouring through the internet and all that. So yeah, if you want us to cover a case, please send it to us directly. It'll make our job a little easier. You know, unfortunately that's just how some countries implement their internet. America. But yeah. So goals for season 2, just to kind of, you know, wrap it up. Like I said, we don't want to keep you here all day just chatting about simple stuff. But goals for season 2, definitely just to communicate with you guys more.
Yes. Be more active. We have to try to be more active in social media. We only I think we mostly active on Facebook because people write mostly there.
It has Messenger. Yeah.
But I want to be able to reach out to you guys and in a way so that
And we're gonna figure out too just how we can reach not only more people but just reach you guys on like Instagram, TikTok, and all that stuff. Just trying to make this all very whole cohesive system, so that way things can run smoothly. There'll be ways you can contact us, but also ways we don't spoil future episodes. But our main goal is to make sure we're communicating with you guys so that way we can form a little, I call us the little private investigators, because the people who send us links or respond on Facebook or send us messages, so y'all be getting into detail about things. I'm just like, y'all are just nice little private eyes. So just that's the goal. More communication, even better quality.
Yes, that is also something I wanted to say, is that I want to be, at least from my end, but I want to have better like quality of content, but also the sound of my mic. I want it to be like, I know it's better, but I want it to be even better. So I'm gonna try and update that as much as I can as well. So that's something that I goal from my side actually, but I also have another personal goal that I want to be better with speaking and getting my mind and my thoughts across to the audience, because my English is not my main language. It's easier for you to obviously get everything you want to say to the audience, but I can't really do that.
English was my first language.
Obviously. And I want to be a better speaker in general, and I also want to be better of not interrupting you, because I do that a lot and I hear that a lot in the episodes. So I do want to be better with that as well. I have improved, but I think it's it can be a bit better,
That's what season 1 is all about. So season 2, we will be back bigger, better. So don't forget, go back, listen to all the episodes over and over again.
Oh.
Even if you've already heard them all, listen to them again 4 more times, 5 more times. Share it with your friends. Share with people who you feel like would be interested in true crime and just having a chat with us. And remember, the more people you bring into this, the more content we have, and the more we're able to interact, and the more we can actually involve you guys and kind of bring you in on the cases during the episodes. Because let's say if you come up with a really good idea, a really good case, we're not afraid to give you a little shout out, show a little love. So that's something I would like for you guys to keep in mind as well. So we're already, I think the recording itself is like over 20 minutes, but after editing it'll probably be maybe 17.
Yeah.
But point is, we love y'all, we appreciate y'all. Thank you for consistently listening, being there for us. And we'll be back for season 2 in September. We still got some cases, some good cases, some juicy cases. We're going to do more updates, and we're going to be even more communicative when it comes to talking to you guys. So be sure to leave us a nice little rating on Apple, Spotify, and whatever platform you're listening to. Be sure to, show us a little love, a little something, you feel me? And we
have a lovely summer vacation too for our
have
y'all.
A lovely summer vacation. Enjoy, and go get some barbecue. Find your nearest ethnic friend and steal some of their ethnic food. No. But yeah, just enjoy your summer. Have a good time. Stay safe, because remember, this is an educational podcast, so the risk and dangers out there. Be safe. It sucks, but we don't live in a utopia, but we can strive to get there.
Yeah. Be
safe, be healthy, take care of yourselves, and above all else, take care of your mental health. And we will catch y'all in season 2.
Yes, we will. Thank you for listening, and see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, that was together. Sorry.